Hi everybody, this is Jody from Magnetic Pole Fit, and today I'm going to talk about how to do an airwalk. So here it is. So I just demoed in sort of a puff position and with a Chinese grip or a cup grip. But there's lots of ways to learn how to do the airwalk. The easiest way is using probably a half bracket or a full bracket. So I'm going to talk about that first. That's the way I first learned how to do it as well. So the main difference, if you don't do a puff where your chest is coming out away from the pole, you're not going to have quite enough space if you start with your feet on the ground. So you want to face enough space to move your legs in the walking position. So you'll have to climb up a little bit first. So you have to be comfortable doing something like this. So climb up just once and then pick whichever grip you want to do. So I'm going to demo with a half bracket grip and bring my legs out. Okay, so those are two different grips you can use. So I recommend starting with whichever arm grip is most comfortable to you, for you. If you do a puff, then you will have enough space on the ground to do it. So getting your legs to move in a way that looks good to you takes quite a bit of practice. So I recommend filming yourselves or using a mirror. I had to do that a bunch of times to get it down. Most people tend to walk a little bit too fast. So the slower you walk, the better. Even like way, way slower than you think. So that's one tip. So as far as feet go, I'm sure you guys have seen people do kind of like a flexed foot walking thing. So that's kind of a stylistic choice. That's like another kind of thing you need to like learn how to do with your foot so that you get the timing right. I personally like just doing the pointed foot one. So I keep my feet pointed the whole time. And then another thing to think about is most people will naturally start walking just with their legs in front of their body, kind of like that. And that it looks kind of funny if you're just walking with your legs in front of you. So you want to make sure that you're taking your leg in front and then behind. Okay? So it's like a traveling walk, except that you're not actually stepping down on anything. So make sure you focus on that lift. So I'm using my glute to lift my leg behind myself. Bend it and pull it forward. Okay, so this is essentially what I'm doing. So bend, straighten all the way, bring it back, bend, forward. And there's lots of styles for airwalks. So it's just the way that I do it. You do definitely want to have a fully straight leg at some point so you have a defined movement. So there's one other thing that I kind of like to do. I have like a little bit of a twist with my hips. So I'm actually kind of hiking my outer hip up a little bit. And I think it looks nice with if you hike the hip kind of in the direction that you're traveling in. So I'll go ahead and show that one more time, up a little bit higher. So step, 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 step. Okay. When I do it in a puff, it's pretty much the same thing. The very last tip I want to give you is to make sure you're not separating your legs a little bit. So when we walk, it's going to look best if you keep your legs close together. So when I'm walking, I'm kind of walking like that in the air. So if you start walking like this, it'll end up looking a little bit funny. So paying attention to little things like that will help clean up your airwalk. And besides that, there's lots of different styles, so you might have slightly different preference. So again, I highly recommend that you video yourself so you can see if you like the movement that you're doing.